Alright fellas, here we're back in another Pokemon TCG Pocket video where we got ourselves Extra Dimensional Crisis and all the new cards that are going to be coming in it. So yes, I'm late to this, I know, it's like 2 days. Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, actually. I'm sorry? I... Look man, I've been enjoying myself, I've been busy with work, I've been doing my stuff, alright? You know, can't blame a guy for that. But yeah, so we do have Extra Dimensional Motion... Yep. Extra Dimensional Crisis. So we got some new cards here. Let's take a look at them. So we got Petalil and Lilligant. The artwork, I do like that Lilligant artwork. Not a big fan of how that Lilligant seems to play so far because it just looks like, okay, it looks worse than the other one, which can give energy. I mean, it's like 50. I think this is 10 more damage, and I don't think it costs 2 grass energy. It just costs 1 grass, 1 colorless. Of course, you don't want to load. That's fun. Oh boy, give me a second. Okay, finally it did load. We got Lilligant here. Yeah, 2 grass energy, 50 power, but it does give you a grass energy for your bench Pokemon. It's 10 less HP as well, but honestly, I would just 10 times over. Also, only 1 retreat cost compared to 2 here. I would just run this Lilligant over this one anytime just because it's not worth the extra power in my opinion. Rowlet, Fury Attack, flip 3 coins, is 10 damage for each head. That's not bad. I should zoom in a little bit just so we can get some better images here. That's fine. I mean, probably not bad at all. And then we can go to Dartrix, 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, and then Sniping Arrow, 70 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Oh, do we have any moves that can do that much damage with just to a random Pokemon? That seems pretty good. The ability to just completely snipe any of your opponent's Pokemon, whether it be on the bench or whether it be active, is honestly becoming a bigger and bigger meta. That looks really good, though. Buzzwole, basic, of course, Ultra Beasts, which is only effectively... Ultra Beast only effectively exists as a tag for these Pokemon just so, like, items can give them bonus effects and, like, categorize them properly. So, that's interesting, though, anyway. 3 energy, 120 power, but you can't use the move next turn. You could definitely play around that at the very least, especially because Buzzwole also doesn't even need any grass energy to use Punch. That's more interesting to me. I like that. Pheromosa, Jump Blues, attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. That's like a good basic. I mean, it's got good HP, legitimately good HP. Like for a basic Pokemon, you're only gonna have him play like as a basic, and being able to do 20 damage and then basically 40 damage, but split it between your enemy's bench and yourself. I think that's a good basic card. I really do think so. Kartana with 60 HP and 40. It's like the Farfetch'd for grass types. So is it better? Is it worse? That's honestly a good question. Ultra Beast is good though. The tag Ultra Beast isn't bad because you can make use of the different Ultra Beast items that they introduced here. Blacephalon, Pokemon does 70 damage to itself. It does 130 damage. This would be good, I think, if it was only 2 energy. I honestly think that's the biggest thing with this is 70 damage to yourself is a lot. It's gonna KO you 99% of the time. But I mean, like as a basic, as you know, the Pokemon that's only 1. You give 1 prize card to the opponent. It's like 130 damage is really good, but at the same time, I think it should only have been 2 energy for the massive repercussion of basically KOing yourself. Pretty much. Mantine. Mantine doesn't look bad. I mean, 90 HP, 50 damage, not too shabby. Sharpedo, Crunch, 50 damage. If heads, discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I'd say it's kind of whatever. I mean, you have to evolve it, of course, but I mean, it's definitely not bad. It's RNG, though. If that was like a guaranteed discard, it probably wouldn't be terrible, but I don't know. I'm mostly talking out of my ass, by the way. I don't know what I'm talking about whatsoever. I'm just putting it out there. Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray. Okay. Intimidating thing as long as opponent's in the active spot. Attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon do minus 20 damage. That's like the Melmetal. Yeah, it's like the Melmetal passive. 90 damage Electro Ball though. If you can get that like set up, it doesn't seem too shabby. Is it gonna be like better than Pikachu EX though, or something like that? Probably not. Probably not. Blitzel and Zebstrika make a. Would I prefer this over the current Zebstrika? How much damage does Zebstrika do? Is it like 30? 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon, or same HP. This, I mean, 70 damage. I don't know. It's interesting though. Emolga just. Again, I mean, like 70 HP, 30 damage, like that's not bad at all. But it's like, and I keep thinking of like like, in this case, Kartana, Pheromosa, or like, you know, Farfetch'd and how they hired like basics that do 40 damage with their 1 attack move, or it doesn't have like terrible retreat costs and stuff like that, which Emolga doesn't either. But I don't know. I think I'd go to prefer someone like this. I like Pheromosa especially. Seems good. Double Coco EX, Plasma Hurricane. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone, attach it to this Pokemon, and Macbolt 90. Is that just better than Pikachu EX? It's like it does. Or what is Pikachu EX's cap? It's a 110, or yeah, 110, isn't it? But it's for 3 energy for this. I don't know. It doesn't look bad. Double Coco doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks fine enough, I would say. Pachirisu better? Maybe. I don't know. What retreat cost is good, though. Zergatry, 100 HP. Electronica, 60 power, 3 energy. Upon second call without confused. Kind of whatever, I feel. Zeraora, Thunderclap Flash. At the end of your first turn, take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach to this Pokemon. Into your first turn only, though? I mean, that's good. At the end of your first turn. That means this Pokemon's not that... Well, no. Because if you end your first... Imagine if you make your turn first. If you start out with Zeraora, like you start out... Or, like, very, very good luck. Or bad luck, I guess, if you want to look at it. If you're the one doing the first action and you can't get an energy anyway, and you can get Zeraora, like, on as your first Pokemon in the fight... and this can activate the moment you end your turn, then that's good because you got yourself a 90 HP basic with 50 power on it, and you can use its action, your second turn. It's not bad. Turn 2, not nearly as good, I feel, but could be worse. Clefairy, Clefable, kind of whatever. Phantump, Trevenant, and that's not worth it to me. Morlul and Shiinotic. Once during your turn, you may put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. A random Pokemon. I mean, that could be a good bench. I feel that could be... I feel that could be a good bench to be able to draw, like, the Pokemon you need. That could be not bad. Medicham High Jump Kick. This isn't bad, again, but having to evolve. That's one of your biggest issues with that. Baltoy, kind of whatever. Heal Block. Pokemon can't be healed. Yours and your opponents, though. That's a big... Yours and your opponents. It's not good. 50 power for 3 energy for 50 power, by the way. Rockruff, Lycanroc with Lycan Fang, 150 HP, 130 power, discard a fighting energy. That's not bad, especially if you get the buff under like Lucario or something. If you run that, that's definitely not bad. I think the biggest caveat, of course, is having to evolve, and also get to 3 energy. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. Pretty good power, pretty consistent. Passimian, 2 energy, let's throw 40 plus. If Passimian's on your bench, this is 40 more damage. Does it count Passimian EX, though? If that doesn't count Passimian EX, it's not that great, but if it does count Passimian EX, that can be pretty good. I think that can be pretty good. Any gas, Palisand, 4 energy, 90 power, and your opponent can't retreat. Good luck getting to that point. Alolan Meowth Metal, discard a random Pokemon tool from your opponent's hand. Ooh, from your opponent's hand, but still, if you like have a dark deck and you start out with that, that's good. Fake out. Your opponent's active opponent is now paralyzed. If it lands heads, not bad. Crocodile, 3 energy. Porching Fangs, 90 power. Flip 3 coins for each heads. A card is chosen at random from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals their card and shuffles it into their deck. I can tell you a lot about your opponent if you can, if you can kind of get to that point. Because if you go from Sandile to Crocodile, which you can do with Rare Candy without much issue, but you have to also get the 3 energy. Nihilego, this thing looks broken. Your opponent active Pokemon takes plus 10 damage from being poisoned. That sounds really good, especially because you can combine that, I believe, with Poison Barb for 30. Isn't that how Poison Barb works? Let's see. Hold on. Poison. I saw someone use this strategy earlier. It looked crazy. If the Pokemon is attached to your active Pokemon is now is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. Yeesh. No, okay. Still, it giving them guaranteed poison. I mean, taking 20 damage from poison every turn. Wow. Yeah. I mean that's just a good bench too. Just straight up. Guzzlord, 170 HP. Grindcore. Flip until you get tails for each heads. Discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I saw someone say, mention Team Rocket, like the grunts. Yeah, it pretty much just put that into a move, especially because you can combine it with one another and just completely negate your enemy's energy. And then once you get this guy up to 4 energy, he does a lot of damage. Though it's a lot of retreat cost. Yeah, Guzzlord's a big high risk, high reward type of fella. Poipole and Naganadel. Naganadel can actually poison the enemy. Again, combine that with like Nihilego. You can probably get a lot of good damage out of that. Alolan Diglett, especially if you have two. If you have two, it's taking 30 damage. Yeah, okay. Wow. Happen to Headbutt, 40. If flip a coin if heads, this attack does nothing. Alright. Or if tails. Flip 3 coins, this attack does 60 damage for each head. That's 2 energy. Oh wow. I mean, that Doug Trio doesn't seem bad. Alolan Doug Trio EX, that's not shabby at all. Okay. Aeron, Lairon, and Aggron. Giga Impact, Hang Attack. Okay, it's like it's the classic rock fellas. They need more stuff. Ferroseed and Ferrothorn. If this Pokemon's in an active spot and is damaged by an attack from your Pokemon, do 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. It feels like the Druddigon BS again, like rough skin, rocky helmet meta stuff, but with the evolution here. Stack Attack. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. That's good for a basic. It's not bad, especially for a basic with that much HP. Yeah, it reminds me of Melmetal. Lillipup, Herdier, and Stoutland. As long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost 1 normal energy more, normal and colorless. If it's in the active spot. I mean, though, for 2 energy, 70 power, like, you can whittle out your enemy like this, especially if you do combine it, like, you know, with Guzzlord or Team Rocket Grunt here, if we can discard energy from your opponent. Forcing them to, like, get up to using 3, 4, 5 energy with very bad luck. That could be helpful. Shuffle Beware, this one's funny. 3 energy, flip 2 coins of both their heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. Not at all reliable, but very funny. That's going to be very funny to see. Oranguru does not seem that great. Type Null, Quick Blow, 20 plus. If heads attack does 20 more damage, and then Silvally, 2 energy, 50 plus. If you played a supporter from your hand during this turn, attack does 50 more damage. I mean, okay, I'm going to be honest, Silvally looks really good simply because supporters are still so broken, so it's like you're going to be using one basically every turn. Silvally's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, okay. Celesteela, Ultra Thrusters. Once during your turn, you may switch your active Ultra Beast with one of your benched Ultra Beasts. A good bench? That's a very good bench. 100 power, but if it flip a coin attack, it tells us nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking a lot of the build of these. Like, yeah, these Ultra Beasts seem fun. Beast Wall. You can use this card only if your opponent hasn't gotten any points, and during your opponent's next turn, all your Ultra Beasts take minus 20 damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. Combine that with the resistance of Stack Attacka or something similar, and that could be pretty good. It could be pretty good, really. Repel. Switch out your opponent's active basic Pokemon to the bench. Your opponent chooses the new active Pokemon. Active basic. Okay, this is a big one. Someone was telling me about this. I was like, is that just like Sabrina? And I was like, no, it's actually, it's a basic. But that does help with like a basic meta, I suppose. But you also have to kind of like, it becomes useless if your opponent's not running like a massive basic type of deck. But at the same time, it's not completely useless because obviously you got to go from a basic to an evolution. So you can still definitely play around it. If the lightning Pokemon this card is attached to and is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, move 2 lightning energy from that Pokemon and attach 1 energy to each to 2 of your bench Pokemon. This can definitely be utilized. Not really sure how, but I can definitely see some good usage in it. To like quickly recover from like your main damage dealer being knocked out. I can definitely see good use in that. Beast type attacks used by the Ultra Beast. This card is attached to do plus 10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon for each point you have gotten. For each point you've gotten. So if it would do like 10 if you have 1, 20 if you have 2, and then, you know, well, you win otherwise. That seems kind of, I feel like it would work in the opposite. For each point you have gotten? Yeah, I feel like it would work in the opposite where it try to do more damage the closer your opponent is to winning, but no, it's the closer you are to winning, the more damage it does. It's kind of backwards, but that is pretty good. I mean, you can get a lot of these Ultra Beasts that are like I think about Pheromosa or something like that, or like Cortana, where these guys can do like 60 damage with 1 energy and like 40 damage plus being able to hit a bench Pokemon. Then obviously there's like Buzzwole who can do a ton of damage naturally as well. So I think that could be really solid. Gladion, put 1 random type Null or Silvally from your deck into your hand. I mean, again, if you're really like trying to build hard for that Silvally, I mean, 100 damage for 2 energy, just having to evolve to Silvally, especially with Gladion support, I think that could be really, really solid. That could be really easy to do. I think Silvally would be fun. Your opponent reveals all the supporter cards in their deck. Holy shit. Talk about looker, yeah. No kidding, you are a peeper. That can, I mean, granted, a lot of decks run like the same core, I guess, like, you know, some Professor Oaks and like Ionos and Reds and stuff, but this can give you like a bigger, more in-depth look of how the opponent's deck works. Yeah, that seems pretty damn strong. Lusamine, you can only use this if your opponent has gotten at least 1 point. Choose one of your Ultra Beasts, attach 2 random energy from your discard pile to that Pokemon. And that's also really good. I feel like this stuff kind of helps like Blacephalon here, just as an example, where it's like trying to do a lot of damage but have like energy problems. Also Guzzlord. A big one would be Guzzlord. Like if you want to run Naganadel, Nihilego, and like Guzzlord or something all together, like these dark type Ultra Beasts, it could be a great way once one of them is knocked out to get Guzzlord its energy to do a ton of damage and obviously shitload of HP, so not a massive problem for it to stay alive for an extended period of time to finish off the enemy. Pretty good. Good selection of trainers, by the way. Gladion, Lusamine, kind of like expected. Looker, not as much, but does make sense for the little role he does play in the game. It's nice. Kind of would have preferred Annabelle, because Looker's in a lot of the other games as well, but I digress. Good arts as usual. This set only has 5 IRs? Wow, okay. Pheromosa, Blacephalon, and Celesteela for the Ultra Beast. Silvally's a great choice. Oh, Rowlet, 6. Okay, I don't know why I completely disregarded Rowlet. 6, either way. Rowlet and Meowth for the basic Pokemon. I mean, they're good illustrations. I like the Silvally, Celesteela, Pheromosa. Oh, good. I've got the Blacephalon from a Wonder Pick. That Pheromosa looks really good. That Celesteela looks very appealing as well. I love all of the... Look at the background. It's like it's televised. Oh, that's cool. No, that's actually sick. It's terrifying, but it's sick. We got all these ultra wormholes in the background where these guys are invading the city, but it looks like we're looking at it through like the lens of a news reporter. Oh, it's like some apocalypse type shit. Silvally looks really awesome. I can't tell. What is the background? I can't tell. That looks really good, though. That's a great artwork. I would love to have that in the main series. This one, too. Okay. We got ourselves the basic full arts here for all 5 of our EX Pokemon, which is Buzzwole, Tapu Koko, Lycanroc, Guzzlord, and Alolan Dugtrio. Our full arts for our trainers, which, of course, you know, you want that Lusamine. Awesome, would be great. I like Gladion, too. And Looker is honestly pretty good. That's definitely not a bad full art as well. Tapu Koko EX with its, like, Electro Surge looking ability there. Lycanroc with it howling at the moon. Guzzlord. It's like, it's looking through the I think, is it looking through the wormhole at the food, or what is it doing? No, it's just on a building looking through someone's window. That's terrifying. Is this like the Ultra World, or is it not Ultra World, but like is like a world that the Ultra Beasts have invaded, or is it like meant to be like the Pokemon world getting invaded? Alolan Dugtrio, obviously on the beach, and then the immersive is Buzzwole. I never actually noticed. Has it always been the case? Oh yeah, it has always been the case, hasn't it? Yeah, okay, never mind, I'm stupid. I only just now noticed that the immersive rare for the set never gets a rainbow 2-star. I'm only just now noticing that, but it's really good. I've seen the Buzzwole animation; it looks really good. It's actually awesome. And then all the shinies, whatever. I think the only good shiny, like, okay, I don't think any of the shiny. I think shinies should be like limited to like twice a year or something like that. I think they should be like a limited event, not like event, but a limited pack series type of thing, like how they do in the main series where it's like once per generation. But I don't think they have to like do it that little. They can do it like once every half a year or something like that. It'd be a cool thing to do. But just throwing in shinies from old, or like Pokemon from old sets and making them shiny and like filling up, what is this, like 15 cards in the set is not really that entertaining to me. Not really my thing. I like shiny Celebi. It's pretty cool, but I'm not big on these. I've already gotten like a shiny Frogadier. I'm like, whoopee. It's just not that hype. Not to me. And then they actually did something different here where we got the immersive as Buzzwole, but then the gold is actually Nihilego. Of course, we've gotten like some previous examples where like, I think was it the Pokeball that was gold, and then immersive was Giratina, and then we also got the immersive as Lillian Guzma in the last set, but the gold was Solgaleo Lunala. So, I mean, it makes sense that they did Nihilego here and then the Buzzwole here, but hey, honestly, I like it, considering Nihilego seems pretty damn good. So, overall, these cards are nice. I mean, I think my favorite card is probably the Pheromosa. The Pheromosa looks pretty damn fun, honestly, to me. They're obviously like the good trainers and items and stuff like that you can play around with as well. In terms of illustration, I mean, in terms of regular illustration rare, I mean, it's probably going to be Celesteela or Pheromosa. Those look really, really good. In terms of like higher rarity, Guzzlord, Lycanroc, probably, maybe Lusamine, just as the trainer. Shiny, Celebi, yeah. I go for that. This is a good set. I'm definitely going to use all my like daily stuff on it. I still have not gotten Immersive Guzma or Lily from the Sun and Moon set. Probably never will, frankly. I've gotten bored of the game, frankly. I log in, do my packs, get my daily stuff done, and just log back out. That's it. I want to do like the pack stuff, like the events and all that, but they piled up so much to the point where I just don't want to do any of them. Can't really blame me for that. Anyway, that's my look at all the cards from Extra Dimensional Crisis. I know I don't really play the game too much. I mean, I can't really say, oh, this looks good. I mean, I just kind of have fun. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting, stuff like that. That's kind of how I play. But anyway, whatever. Also, we could look at the event cards, but we'll do that for the events section, which I will upload. So, thank you all for watching. Appreciate y'all's support. See you later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Peace.